Is it rude to refuse a friend at your door when they didn't ask first? So, I need to know if I'm the jerk here because honestly, I'm second guessing myself pretty hard right now. I'm a 22-year-old woman, and I recently became friends with this guy named Jeremy. He's 24, and we met through mutual friends a few months ago. We've only hung out in person once at a group thing, but we text pretty regularly and talk on the phone sometimes. Now, here's the thing about me. I'm very particular about my space. I hate, and I mean hate, when people just show up at my house unannounced. It's not that I don't like people or that I'm antisocial. I just need time to prepare, mentally and physically. My house isn't always guest ready, and honestly, sometimes I'm just not in the headspace to entertain. So early on in my friendship with Jeremy, I made this crystal clear. I told him straight up, if you want to visit me, I need at least 2 days notice. Unless it's an actual emergency, of course. My family gets it. My old friends get it. Everyone who knows me respects this boundary because they know it's important to me. Fast forward to yesterday. I had just gotten home from an absolutely exhausting day at work. The kind of day where you just want to collapse on the couch and do absolutely nothing. My house was a disaster zone because I usually clean at night, and I was literally drifting off to sleep on my couch when my phone rang. It was Jeremy. He tells me he's in my neighborhood, just casually passing through, or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Have fun. I thought that was the end of it. But then he says, I'm coming over to your place. I was confused. Asked him why, what was going on. He just said he wanted to see me. No heads up, no advance notice, nothing. So I told him, no thanks, and I hung up. I figured that was clear enough, right? I went back to trying to sleep. A few minutes later, there's a knock at my door. I assumed it was my neighbor, because who else would it be? Nope. It was Jeremy, standing right there on my doorstep. And here's where it gets really uncomfortable. He actually tried to walk into my house. Like, he was attempting to come in without even waiting for me to invite him. I had to physically stop him at the door. Keep in mind, this would have been the first time he'd ever been to my place. I've never been to his apartment. We're not that close. And he's just trying to barge in? I told him very clearly, I'm not in the mood for visitors. You didn't tell me you were coming. You can't just come into my house. This is making me really uncomfortable. But he tried to brush it off, like I was overreacting or being dramatic. He kept trying to push past me and come inside anyway. I had to stand my ground and keep blocking the doorway until he finally got the message. He left huffing and puffing, clearly annoyed with me. That was yesterday, and I haven't heard from him since. Now I'm sitting here wondering if, maybe, I went too far. Was I too harsh? Should I have just let him in for a few minutes to be polite? Did I overreact by physically blocking him from entering my home? But then I think about it, and I set that boundary for a reason. I told him my rules. He chose to ignore them. And then he showed up anyway and tried to force his way in when I said no. So tell me, am I the jerk for not letting my so-called friend into my house?